Hi, this is Carl Binder, CEO of the Performance Thinking Network, and I want to talk a little bit more about performance consulting and how it's really, to a very great extent, about changing the conversation we have with our clients and our stakeholders about performance. Now, when we engage clients, when we engage stakeholders at any level in the organization, we'd like to work with them. We don't want to be perceived as people who sort of show up and do something to them or to their organizations. We want to partner with them. And in our case, with performance thinking, the two simple models in plain language that we use to label those models is a big advantage because it helps us engage in that conversation in a way that people can then understand and actually work with us. So, of course, when we begin with a new client or new project, we do a lot of listening. We start by listening. And we ask them about their business, and we ask them what's at stake for the business, and we ask them to tell us a little bit about what it is that the problem or opportunity is. And after we've heard them out, and after we know enough to begin to get our arms around it a little bit, then quite often I will kind of informally or casually introduce our models. For example, if I'm in a room with an executive and she or he has a whiteboard, I might say, "Can I use your whiteboard for a minute?" Or might pull out a piece of paper. But I'll draw out the performance chain, in simple terms, and label it and talk about how the way we look at performance is really that there's three aspects. There's the behavior of people or teams or the people that are operating or executing your processes. There's what we call work outputs, the accomplishments or the contributions that those people make through their behavior. And then there's the business results. There's the organizational results that they seek to achieve, to which those accomplishments or work outputs contribute. And usually people get that. Business people sort of get that. It's plain language, makes perfect sense. It sort of connects up to business results. And so the next piece will be, and so we're looking at all the factors that either get in the way or support that performance. And we'll use the 6 boxes at that point. And we'll draw out the model maybe, and we'll say, you may have asked us about training, or maybe you ask us about process. And those are very important components to the whole thing. But let me talk you through these 6 categories, if you will, these 6 factors that influence performance. And usually, again, they get it. It's not rocket science. It's not jargon. It makes sense. We'll also usually, at some point or at several points in the conversation, make a point of connecting up to their organization or business results. We'll show in the performance chain, for example, that the work outputs or contributions that people produce are important or valuable to the extent they contribute to the business results, whether those results are things like market share or revenue or profit, or things like employee engagement or customer satisfaction or regulatory compliance. And we'll be clear about that. We want to be sure that they understand and we understand what's at stake for the business and how the performance that we're talking about actually either contributes to or possibly gets in the way of those business results. The word work outputs or accomplishments is a good one because it emphasizes another synonym, which is contributions, the notion that individuals, teams, and processes make contributions to the business. And the 6 boxes part emphasizes the systemic notion of it, the fact that there's all these factors that work together that either we can optimize for maximal return on investment or, might not be optimized, and that's our job to look at them and figure out how to do that. So the whole point is we're trying to engage these people as partners. We don't want to be perceived as, again, as somehow outsiders who come in and do something for or to them. Instead, we want to be perceived as partners who have a certain kind of expertise, who can help them understand how to manage their people, how to manage their business, how to optimize conditions in their organizations. And this process might take time. We very often are called into organizations to develop teams of performance consultants who have maybe traditionally been organizational development or training professionals. And very often it might take a year or 18 months over a series of projects, over a series of efforts and conversations to draw the clients and the stakeholders into a partnership. But that's okay. That's to be expected. So the bottom line is performance consulting involves a set of technical skills for absolutely for performance analysis, for configuring solutions and so forth. But a huge part of it is the conversation we have with our stakeholders and our clients. And our goal when we engage in partnership with these folks is to change the conversation in such a way that they become partners and we can all work together for continuous performance improvement in their organizations.